Hey gang, I'm going to do a quick session of Defiance. I'm going to start from the beginning, doing the veteran origin. So I start off with machine guns. So if you have any questions and you're watching, feel free to ask in chat. I'll answer them for you. To show you character generation, even though there's some origins, all that really does is determine what your starting gear is going to be. But as you progress and earn ego points in the game, you can put them in any perks and abilities along the grid. So there is no specific classes in Defiance. It's what you spend your ego points on and your abilities and perks that determine what you can use in game. And there aren't any real skills that you put points into. You just get better with weapons and gear as you use them. For instance, driving one of the vehicles, you can increase and level up in it the more you use it. Same with weapons, and I believe some of the advancements are specific to a weapon. For instance, you can max out several levels in a specific sniper rifle that you found, and then later find the exact same type of sniper rifle, but you'll have to start over from the beginning of your skill with that weapon because it has different stats. So we're going to start off here, a new game, new character, and they'll take us through the cutscenes.
Listen up, people! We just passed the Golden Gate. We'll be on site in less than 20. So you got 10 to secure the rest of that gear and get yourself strapped in for a landing. Repeat! 10 minutes until lockdown, people!
That's an unacceptable response. Must I remind you who I am?
What the hell is this?
I don't care what your protocol is. You're here to help me. So that's what I want you to
You're
do.
dismissed, Private. What's the problem, Von Bach?
You better get your men in line, Captain Grant. I want my equipment out of storage. My Ark Hunters and I depart as soon as we land.
The Earth Republic is in a limousine service. Your gear's locked up and we don't have time to dig it out. Now please, find your seat.
No offense, Captain, but I think your orders were to do as I ask.
My orders come from my superiors. People in Manhattan wearing uniforms, like this. And those orders are to keep you safe while you locate your alleged Arc-Tech.
Alleged Arc-Tech? There is no alleged, Captain. Do you see this? With this Arc core and the rest of the technology that I'll find in the Bay Area, I will repair this world. And be its hero, of course.
You're in a restricted area. Get to your seat.
If anything happens to my gear, I'll send the bill to your superiors.
What an asshole.
Let's move, people! Time's ticking! What is this, a dorm room? Everyone, get to your seats! You two, let's go!
No problem, Cap.
You too.
As you'll see, cutscene takes you into your character generation mode. There's not much to character generation. The species or genders available to you are just humans and the Votans, or Defiance is what they're called. The Votans is a civilization of aliens that crash landed on Earth, and they aren't the ones that are causing this invasion that the storyline is based on. They are survivors themselves from, I believe, probably the same alien invasion that's happening. They're called the Votans, but it's a civilization made up of actually 6 or 7 different species. And in this case, you can play the Defiance, which are a red-skinned race, and of course humans, male and female. Let's say I want to play a male Defiant, and then your origins, there are 4 different origins. There's the veterans, who are more battle-hardened, and they start off machine guns. The survivalist, which is more tactical and uses long-range weapons like the sniper rifle you'll start with. The outlaws are more up close. They use a shotgun. And then the machinist uses an LMG. And then your archetypes are just basically different facial structures, of which currently there's only 3, but I'm sure we'll see more down the line once they get more resources available and more time to work on such things. But with the show coming out here shortly, they need to work on getting the game pretty much completed into a play state before the show starts, which is like in the next week or so, I believe, the 15th. Okay, so we're going to go with the Defiant male, and I wanted to do the veteran origin, so I start off with the machine gun. And this really doesn't matter. Let's go with this guy. Continue. Then here you can alter bone structure, nose, mouth, skin, whatever. You can randomize it. Give them a name. Create character, confirm, and the cutscene will continue.
Now, Ark Hunter.
Hold on, Captain. That one isn't wearing your beloved uniform. They don't take orders from you. Sorry about that, friend.
We land in 10. Strap in!
I never got to brief you on your ego implant, so we really need to... What the hell?
Sir, they need you on the bridge.
I think I will actually get to my seat. When we land, don't go anywhere. The ego activation can be a bit jarring without a proper briefing.
Relax. It's just a little turbulence. Completely normal.
No, it's not. We're all gonna die.
She's actually quite charming once you get to know her.
Alert. All integrity compromised. Initiating evacuation sequence.
We're
Alert.
going down!
All integrity compromised. Evacuation pod launch in 3, 2...
We'll have one little short cutscene here, and then we'll go through the tutorial area, which is
Brace
actually kind of
yourself,
small.
Cass. This could be real bad. Okay. Which one of these dealies opens this bitch? Ah, nice. Holy Stocko. You're alive. Name's Cass Dukar. I saw you land. Well, maybe that's not the right word. It was more smashing into the ground than landing. I sort of expected you to be a bowl of soup in there. What are you doing? Whoa, are you okay? Do you need help? Can you hear me? You need to sit down. Here, sit down before you pass out. I'm sure you took more than a bump to the head, so rest. Get your feet under you. I'm gonna go see if anyone else needs help. Oh, you might want to arm yourself a bit more. The locals aren't known for their charm.
Hello. Oh, good. You can hear me now. I can sense your nervousness, but don't fret. I'm the environmental guardian online device that was injected into your body. You can just call me Ego. Please forgive me. I'm having some trouble getting all the behaviors activated, so we might experience a few hitches at the beginning. But I'll sort it out. We have lots to go over, so we should start.
And good. They fixed it to where your key maps transfer from character to character. Because before you created a new character, you had to remap everything. So, go.
We need to find Mr. Von Bach, but first, we'll need to gear up. Von Bach Industries had personal defense technologies aboard the Stratocarrier. I've placed a marker on our map where we'll find some. Excellent. Once you equip that, it will allow me to activate the shield. The shields are running. We're going to need another weapon option. I'm picking up a signal from a crashed mobile armory. Let's hurry. We need to collect the necessary equipment as soon as possible so we can start looking for Mr. Von Bach. According to my readings, those creatures are actually humans. However, their DNA is severely mutated. Assault rifles excel at medium-range combat, but are capable of maintaining much of their effectiveness over long distances too. Particular weapon types work better for specific situations, so you'll want to get used to switching back and forth between the primary and secondary weapons. I'm detecting some explosives nearby. We could definitely use those. I've put the location on the map. This supply pod is filled with grenades. Grab one and equip it. I think you already know how this works. Pull the pin, throw, and get out of there. Now that we're geared up, it's time to train you on the ego powers. First, we'll try Cloak. While using Cloak, you are completely invisible to enemies. Use the power to sneak up behind the projections and attack. Now we'll test the overcharge power. While using overcharge, your damage inflicted on the enemy is significantly increased. Shoot the projection while overcharge is activated. I'll enable the decoy power now. Decoy allows us to create a projection in your likeness that will fool and distract the enemy. Take down the projections while they're distracted by your decoy. The blur power is now enabled. Blur will allow us to move at extreme speeds and increases melee strength during close combat. With Blur active, rush the projections and strike them with melee attacks. Good work! You'll need to choose an ego power for me to integrate.
Okay, so as she showed you, there are 4 main powers. second to make sure I'm not getting attacked. But there is Decoy, which sets up that little decoy that draws their attention. Overpower, which increases your damage. A Blur, which increases your speed. And then Cloak, which is pretty much your invisibility for a short period of time. Now, surrounding each of the abilities are perks. And they unlock only if you have the adjacent perk or power also unlocked. It doesn't work diagonally, so if I want this ability, I'm going to have to either purchase this perk or this perk. And to unlock those two perks, I would need to purchase this ability. So choosing your starting ability will help you determine what perks you will have available. The problem with this system here, though, is you have to click on each one. Even though it's locked, it'll still tell you. Before, it didn't tell you, which kind of made planning out your point expenditure a pain in the butt. But now you can click on them, and it tells you what the abilities are. So for instance, I'm going assault weapons, a heavy hitter kind of guy. I probably want to use overpower. So I'm going to choose that as my main ability.
The aggressive choice. I like it.
And I was being attacked, but oh, there he is.
I'm receiving a signal. I'll patch
And like
it
in
through.
some other games, headshots are apparently automatically critical hits.
It looks like the mutants are getting organized for an attack.
One reason why I like my survivalist with her
No,
sniper
we better
rifle.
help her.
This guy, overpower. It's up there. Some hell bugs, but they don't attack in the starting area for some reason. Those guys are so much easier to kill with the sniper rifle. One shot in the head.
We need to shut these dudes down. If we don't, you can forget about finding any survivors.
I have the ability to hack into most computer systems. Get to that thorium reactor, and I'll see what I can do. Excellent. I was able to reactivate the fissile materials. The reactor will overload and blow this entire base off the map, but we'll need to keep the mutants from disrupting the process.
What did you do to that thing? It looks like it's going to explode!
The reactor is overloading. Keep it going. Almost there. Keep those mutants away from the reactor.
That thing's about to blow! Let's get out of here! Thanks. You have an ego implant, don't you? That's amazing. First time I've ever seen one in action. You know, I think we're gonna make one hell of a team.
And here you get
A
to see
little
your first
backup can
product
take you a
placement.
long way in this crazy
Notice
place.
the grill. Dodge.
I'm heading to the crash site. They're gonna need
We're gonna
help.
see a lot of that in this game.
I'm sure we'll be in contact. Arc Hunter.
And you are out of tutorial and into the game world.
We need to find out if Mr. Von Bach survived. I'm picking up signals from a couple nearby evac seats. Fingers crossed that one of them belongs to Mr. Von Bach. My systems have reached a threshold where upgrades have become available. You may now spend an ego unit.
Okay, so now I have an ego point available to spend. I've already got my active ability. Now I can purchase one of these perks that are adjacent. Let's see, we have skinned. I take half damage after my shield breaks. Turn the tide. Reviving another player recharges your self-revive. Dealing any damage recharges your ego power, so I can do overcharge more frequently. Add bomber. On an explosive kill, recharge your grenade and instantly reload part of your weapon's clip. Might be a good one. Nada. On an explosive kill, there is a higher chance for the enemy to drop gear. Placement field, you move faster for 3 seconds after your shield fully recharges. And aggressive defense. On a melee kill, recharge part of your shield. I kind of like the explosive kill, so I supplement my grenade kills, which help give me some more ammo. So let's do that one. Go to our character, we have our one slot unlocked for perks. Of that one. Okay, quick look at your character. You have access to a primary weapon and secondary weapon, grenades, a shield, and then when you get to vehicles, you can choose what your main vehicle is. And as you get titles, you can change your titles there. And as you get headgear and outfits, you can click them to change the look. And then eventually at some point you'll be able to unlock different outfits or configurations. And it looks like they have the co-op outfit and then a competitive outfit when you get into PvP. So we'll do a few missions here. Idea of what you like. My shield broke, they did enough damage. When I'm out in the real world, they'll start dropping resources. Some hell bugs. Back.
This evac seat is empty. I hope whoever was in there is still alive, somewhere. I'm experiencing a lot of interference. Get to an open area so I can scan the valley.
Yeah, the main drops are usually ammo and credits, and occasionally you'll get some gear.
We're really lucky to be alive. The crash is horrifying.
And they still haven't implemented falling damage yet. Kind of makes it fun for vehicles. You can do some amazing jumps with some of them.
Oh no, this person didn't make it out alive. I'm detecting a fading ego signal, which means this must have been a fellow Ark Hunter. I'm receiving several Von Bach Industry signals. One of them has to be him. Let's hurry and check them out.
And as you can see, your ego implant is pretty much an AI that directs you when you take missions.
This expedition is in serious jeopardy if we fail to find Mr. Von Bach. He's the only one with the knowledge to unlock the secrets of the Ark Core. My DNA scan says this is not Mr. Von Bach, but VBI employee number 130. That's not good. She was extremely important to this expedition. This is the head of the security team. If he didn't make it, then what hope does Mr. Von Bach have? This is a deceased Von Bach Industries technician. I fear the worst. We may have lost everyone.
Get over here and help, damn it!
This is not Mr. Von Bach's body. This is a tragedy. I'm estimating the death count to be at least 300. Whether Mr. Von Bach is alive or dead, he doesn't appear to be near the crash site. I think we're going to need some assistance in finding him. I'm receiving an SOS from Captain Grant now. I'll patch it through.
Repeat. All unarmed and injured survivors, get to cover and stay put. We will find you. All combat-capable survivors, report to the emergency HQ at the New Freedom Rally Point. ASAP.
Hey, Ark Hunter. Did you get that E-Rep message? Meet me at the rally point.
I want to know why E-Rep's here. Let's find the man in charge.
That brings us to the first quest hub. Bring up your map. Starts us off in this little corner of our little planet. Eventually you'll go on, and on the map you'll see various missions, timed missions, rampage missions, and challenge missions. Then the ones with exclamation points are actual quests, and then the larger ones with the what's the 5-sided? I can't remember what the 5-sided is, but anyway, is that symbol. Those are the storyline quests. You'll advance along quests, doing side quests, and then these other side challenges on your way, gathering script, which is money, experience with whatever gear you're using, and various resources for crafting. You can take a quick look at crafting. Occasionally, out in the field and in towns, you'll find these. This is pretty much like a merchant. You can buy some supplies, you can sell supplies you have but you're not using. And there are also little lock boxes. Choose some of the various resources that you can gather to get tier lock boxes, which have random gear in them. And as you can see, this is a it's a free to play, but it's also got a market where you can spend real cash. In this case, you would buy whatever they are calling this currency, which you see I have 0 of, which you get as an alternate source of funding to purchase items. Now, after playing this in the beta, in alpha, and playing a main character since launch for a little while, it's a pretty solid game. They got it out, I think, a little behind schedule because they had to get it up in time before the show started. So they had a tremendous deadline. They couldn't just make it a soft deadline. They had to get it out and playable, which they did. It's kind of light on the features. Back in the beta, probably a month ago, I was kind of miffed at it because all it was a shoot things and click on things kind of adventure. But they're slowly developing, adding features, and making the missions a little more rounded, especially with the added cutscenes and voice interaction. Before, it was just a text that said, go shoot this guy, or go find this. Now it's rounding out to be a little more fleshed out story and everything. I'd be interested to see how the show's going to interact with the overall MMO, and see, as you saw those 2 characters earlier before, the main characters that are going to be on the series, but how much they're going to interact in the game is yet to be seen. Obviously, they don't tell you a whole lot in the game to start off with because they want you to see the series as well, which I believe starts on the 15th. And what happens in the game supposedly is going to affect what happens in the future of the series as well. So we have that to look forward and see how they're going to work on that. So that's a quick review of Defiance. Try it out sometime. See if you like it yourself. And I'll see you guys next time. Remember, this coming weekend is beta weekend 4 for Neverwinter. So I'll be doing that most weekends, seeing what the crafting system like, and they're changing up how their advanced skill advancements are going to work. So we're going to take a look at that as well, see what kind of changes they are made to that. So I'll see you guys this weekend.